Hey guys, WJ Hunkler coming at you here, and today we're going to be taking a look at my grandfather's new 2017 GMC Canyon SLE 4-wheel drive extended cab. Now, today's video is going to be an in-depth review of the Canyon. We're going to go under the hood, start it up, go under the hood, talk about some of the performance data, go ahead and get you guys an exhaust clip, as well as show you some of the unique features on the exterior as well as interior. So, first thing we're going to do here, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and start her up and let her run. So, this truck being brand new for 2017 does have factory remote start. Now what's kind of nice is, what I like what GM's done here again, is they've gone back to the remote and separate key, which I really like. So to activate our remote start, we hit our lock button twice, and press and hold the top button to activate our remote start. Alright, so you guys give me just a minute. We'll go ahead, take a look under the hood, and talk about some of the performance data. See you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so under the hood of this brand new 2017 Canyon is the new 3.6 liter direct injected with variable valve timing 3.6 liter V6 engine, making 305 horsepower and 296 pound-feet of torque. Made it to the new 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, you guys can see down in there pretty well that this truck has more than enough room, and I really wish that GM would offer a V8 engine. They have more than enough room to cram a V8 into this thing. But, you know, it is what it is. This engine gets darn good gas mileage and has plenty of power with 305 horsepower. Now right here you'll notice this truck has a factory block heater, which is kind of slick. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get an exhaust clip here for you guys in a second, but first I want to talk about the exterior. So now, compared to the last generation of Canyon and Chevy Colorado, its twin, these trucks look a hell of a lot better. The first generation, well actually the first generation was made a long time ago back in the 90s with the S10 and the Sonoma, I believe the GMC version was. But the actual first generation of the Canyon was from 2006 to 2011. When all the manufacturers, the GM twins like this one is, Ford Ranger and the Dodge Dakota were all canceled in 2011. Now this generation is a lot nicer. You have standard projector beam LED headlamps up front, nice chrome grille. This truck does also have the factory fog lights. And down here below, it's kind of dark, but it does have factory front tow hooks. This color, by the way, is red quartz metallic. These are the more basic wheels that you can get standard on the SLE. They are pretty nice though. They are a 17-inch cast aluminum wheel. I think they look very nice. They are wrapped in a 255/65 R17 Goodyear Wrangler tire, which is kind of nice looking. We'll go ahead and get an exhaust clip for you guys here in a second, and then we'll get into the interior and such as well. Alright guys, so let me go ahead and get an exhaust clip for you guys here, just a second. Alright, what a great sounding exhaust. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the back of the truck here for a second. Now, to me, compared to the last generation, and even the half-ton versions, GM is really fond of innovation back here. Now you look at this and thinking, why this looks like any old standard back end of a pickup truck. I'm going to point out some stuff here to you guys that might change your mind. So first thing we're going to start with, obviously, is our tow package. Sorry, a bunch of mosquitoes around. We got ourselves a tow package going on down here. Factory tow package. It is a Class 2 receiver hitch. Up here, one thing I really like that these truck companies are now starting to do is they include the 4-pin and the 7-pin wiring. No longer do you need just an adapter for the 7-pin to go to the 4-pin. You got both. Over here, this gives you the access to take the spare tire down. I believe that's also where the integrated brake controller hookup would be if this was a more top-end model, which is not. By the way, guys, if I didn't mention, this package is the SLE. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is these taillights. These are actually a miniatured version from its big sibling, the Sierra. The other thing they borrowed from the half-ton pickups is the side steps to make it easier to get into the box. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the fact that this is a locking tailgate. The one thing that annoys me about the locking tailgate on this versus the half-ton version of the truck, versus its half-ton sibling, is when you hit the lock on the key fob, the half-ton will automatically lock the tailgate as well. This does not do that, which is one thing that kind of annoys me. Also, you guys will see here in a little bit as we go into the interior, the backup camera is located right inside the tailgate handle. So now let's go ahead and talk about the actual tailgate itself. On the more basic model, like all the older trucks, the tailgate is a pain in the ass to get down. Not on this. You got an easy lift and lower tailgate. There's a torsion bar going across the whole back side of this thing, which makes it so nice, so easy to lift and lower the tailgate on this. Now, as you guys can tell here, we got an American-made RCB bed mat going on in here. I will leave a link down in the description below where I got both the bed mat and the true export tonneau cover that we have on this truck. It's really something. I really do like it. It's going to be kind of hard for you guys to see up in here, but up in here, it is locking. So you do have to push down on that to get it to lock in order to get the roller cover to roll up. The other thing about this box is, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this is the extended cab version. So this truck did come standard with the long box. This truck only has two options, the short box and the long box. This is the long box version. All extended cabs come standard with the 6-foot 2-inch box. The crew cab will come standard with the 5-foot 2-inch box. This longer box is 6-foot 2-inch is also available with the crew cab. You just have to opt for it. I will also leave a link in the description for the tonneau cover as well. I highly recommend, if you guys are looking for a tonneau cover for the back of your pickup trucks, I highly recommend this Trueport X series, made by Truxedo, which are made, I can't remember the exact name of the city, but they're made somewhere in South Dakota. So they are an American made. High class rating on Amazon.com. Highly recommend them. I will leave the links in the description below. Now let's go ahead and talk about the interior. As I mentioned before, go ahead and pull that key out of the ignition, otherwise we're going to be driving us nuts. Like I mentioned before, this color is red quartz metallic. The interior, like the Intrepid, is a jet black interior, except the Intrepid is leather. This is not. You could have the option for leather on the SLE, but he didn't opt for it. It was a couple $100 extra. But I really love the way GM has really stepped up their game with both all interiors on their vehicles. It looks really, really nice. You have mostly soft touch material throughout with the nice stitching. It is hard plastic up here. It's kind of a shame because most people rest their arm up here by the window. Along with this I don't really know how I feel about it. I guess it is a little darker and you would never notice that it is actual plastic, not actual wood. But hey, you know, you have a storage cubby right there, which we have the keys in. You've got a single cup holder down here, as well as another small cubby storage down there. Up here we have our power mirror controls, our power window controls. I will demonstrate this for you guys in a minute. But both sides, both the driver and passenger window, are auto up and down, which is kind of slick. My grandpa really likes that. Over here you got your chrome door handle along with your power locks. Now, you will notice here in a minute that when I go to shut the door, you will notice that I slam it extra hard. That's because now these doors are triple sealed, which makes it so you really can't hear much on the road with this. Also down here we have our one of 6 speakers. It is not the Bose system, unfortunately, but that was another $500 and he didn't want to pay for it. So, but anyway, it is an extremely nice interior. We'll go ahead and check out the back seat here in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and jump in the truck here for you guys. Now, first thing I want to point out is down here you have your interior light controls right here. You have your actual light controls. You have off altogether, auto, the park, and then obviously your brights. Now this, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this does have the factory fog lamps. All you got to do is push it in to activate them, and they should come on. Truck's not on at the second. Over here you got the 4-wheel drive controls. You got 2 high, auto, which is nice for in the winter, along with 4 high and 4 low, and neutral for when you're towing the vehicle. Up here, although I really don't know why GM ever bothered to put this in here, but it is here. It's a nice little card holder for you. Yeah, if you so desire to use it. You got your column stock for your turn signals and brights. And then over here, I really don't care for this. I don't know why they didn't just bother to put them all on one side like all the other vehicles in the world are. But this is your wiper controls. Over here, you have your cruise control buttons. You have your resume, along with the plus to increase the speed of the cruise control. And then set is down here, along with to reduce the control. Over here you have the cancel the cruise, and there's how you activate it. Over here I will demonstrate this for you guys in a minute, but I just wanted to point out the other set of buttons on the steering wheel. Over here we have the voice controls. Down here is your call cancel button. And then right here, this is the piece of resistance, which I will demonstrate when we turn the truck on. But there is a nice 7-inch LED display giving you all the driver's information you would ever want to know. Also with the Onstar, which we'll show you guys here in a second, it gives you monthly diagnostic checks, which is kind of sweet. Now, the one thing I really loved about the Chryslers, and now even GM is doing it, if you look on the back of the steering wheel, you have the volume controls on one side. Excuse me. And then over on this side, hope you guys can see that, you got the, for your presets as well as seeking through the channels on the radio. So now for you guys, we're going to go ahead. First thing, we got to grab the key. That's the first thing we got to do. That helps a little bit. There we go. Throw the key in. Typical GM zone. Like I said, I really love these gauge clusters. You have your tach, the big 7-inch screen in the middle, and then your, of course, your miles per hour. Up there in the top, you have your fuel and engine temperature. Let's zoom in for you guys so you guys can see this. This truck currently it is 4 months old and we already have 1,237 miles on it. Over here, oh, we got the Wi-Fi, forgot to mention that. This truck has the nice, included with the OnStar, I think I'm going to continue the service, has the 4G LTE Wi-Fi connectivity, which I really like. Over here, we got the compass, you got the cruise control, and in the center bar, you'll notice when you open up the door, it will show you what door is open, which is kind of neat. And there goes them triple soils. Over there, obviously, you guys can tell you got the gear selector you're in. I mentioned it is an 8-speed automatic. Now, to scroll through, to show you the different screens, all you have to do is push up, and you can cycle through your transmission temperature, your oil pressure, your tire pressures, your oil life, your instant fuel economy, your fuel range remaining, your trip B, which you can see he's got 1,000 because he hasn't reset the damn thing. He's averaging 23.0 miles per gallon on V6, which is just incredibly for a truck of this size. And then obviously that's trip A, and you cycle back to the speed. Now, if you hit the side button, you'll notice there's a little bar over here on this side. Go ahead and click that. It brings up all your information stuff. You got info, your audio, you got the phone if it was connected, your navigation, and options. Info is currently the screen that we're on. Audio will tell you what radio station you're on without having to look over here on the big 8-inch screen, which is kind of cool. Shows you what channel you're on. Phone, we don't have anything connected. Navigation, you don't have to worry about because I don't have my phone connected. And then you can just cycle through your options. US, speed warning indicator, page info, and that's really about it through there. So that gives you guys an idea of the 7-inch screen. Now we come up here, like I mentioned, this truck does have the, I'm kind of fogging up here on you guys, sorry, hold on. Give me just a minute, guys, let me fix. Alright guys, sorry about that, had to fix the camera, was fogging up. We have an auto-dimming rearview mirror with the OnStar, which is kind of nice. Up here you have the passenger airbag. Tells you if it's on or off. Right now it's off because there's nobody sitting in the seat. Over here you have these passenger, whether they have the seatbelt on or not. Up here we have the dome light controls, both sides. And then in the middle one you can decide whether you want it on the door, you want it off altogether, or you want them on all the time. Which I don't know why you would want them on all the time. But that option's there for you. This also has a sunglass holder. I'm fogging up here again. He has this garage door. Up here is the microphone.
Say a command or say help.
Tune FM 105.7.
Tune to 105.7 FM. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tuning.
How nice is that? I love that. Alright, so talking about the touchscreen here, I like this new interface that GM has done. This also includes Android and Apple CarPlay, which is kind of sweet. I can plug my phone in. We'll have a whole another video on this whole damn system itself. But just to give you guys an idea, obviously, like I said, it has the Wi-Fi 4G LTE connectivity, which I'm going to continue that service. You have your temp over here, and your time in this corner. Down here, you just got your radio station presets. Okay, and then clearly you guys can read the apps, but we have the audio. Right now I have it on FM 105.7 Eagle Country. Radio will let you flip back and forth, so there's really the Sirius XM, and then your AM. It's kind of cool. Media, we don't have anything connected right now because I don't have my phone connected. So we'll go ahead and dismiss that for now. Obviously you got the Seek buttons, which also GM gave us real buttons down here to use, which is kind of nice. We also have the Direct Tune, which I really like, so we can go ahead. I guess on the FM it's only going to let you do a certain amount. Huh. Okay, but we can go ahead and do that. which is kind of slick. So actually, let me show you guys. We switch over back to satellite. We can go like this. It's right now it's on 59. You can go like that. And play a little more modern stuff. Okay. Down here, obviously we have the climate controls. We have our fan speed. Shows up right there, as well as on the screen. Okay. You got AC controls, recirculation, your different zones in the middle. And then front and rear defrost. And then over here you got your temp. And also with the SLE package you have the single zone automatic temperature control, which even my car has. Just kind of slick. Down here we have a row of toggle switches. We have our hazards. So pretty random. Oh, that's traction control, wrong button. Hazards, traction control off. The bed lamp. And then tow haul mode. Down here, we have our heated seat controls. Which is kind of nice that this truck has that. If this was the SLT over here, where just the back control for the heated seats is located, this would be a ventilated seat. But like I said, this is back only for heated seat, and then your button back. And it's the same thing over here for the passenger. Excuse me. Right here is a little dinky cubby. Why they bothered to put that there, couldn't tell you. The first of the USB cable is located right there, along with the aux port. And then, of course, your standard, if I can get it open, here we go, is a standard 12-volt power outlet. You got your shifter label for that 8-speed automatic transmission with low range selection, which means you can do manual with the push of the toggle switch on the side of the shifter column. Cup holders. A handy little storage system, which you can see has his gum and his hand sanitizer in already. In here is a decent sized center console, which is kind of slick. Just stuff back in there. Alright guys, so give me just a second while I go ahead and check out the back seat real quick. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that key out so it doesn't drive us nuts. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and check out the back seat here real quick. Like I mentioned, this is only an extended cab, so there really ain't much to look at back here. Not a bunch of bags. Why they're in there, I don't know. The seat does flip up to reveal very little under seat storage. It doesn't hold much. Over on that side is the jack. There is another USB port. There are two USB ports back here, as well as a regular 12-volt power outlet, along with a little storage. That side does have a little map holder in the back. These are only jump seats, so they don't do much. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother to attempt sitting back there because my grandpa's 6 foot. And there is no way, impossible, hell I will fit back there very comfortably. You are not going to fit very many people back in there. Personally, if it would have been my money, I would have opted right for the crew cab, which is what most of these trucks will be sold in, as a crew cab configuration. But for just Gramps and I, extended cab worked. Alright guys, so now what I'm going to do for you is, as you can tell, this truck is just gorgeous. I love it. So what we're going to do now for you guys is we're going to go ahead and take this thing for a quick little test drive. So give me just a minute, we'll go ahead and get that set up. One thing I want to quick talk about before we go ahead and do the test drive is the gas here now. As you guys can tell, there's no gas cap. Most car companies are going to this now, and for what reason, I don't know. I don't know about you, but the old junkers that I have, well, Yukon is up there, but you know, and the Intrepid is not really junk, but I have locking gas caps on both my vehicles. I don't know why car companies think it's a good idea to go to a capless. They give you you can only stick a regular nozzle, gas nozzle in there, or a funnel which they give you, which is very small, dinky, and almost kind of useless. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and take this thing for a quick little test drive for you guys. Now, like I mentioned, with that 305 horsepower under the hood, with this 3.6 liter, I want to say Pentastar, but it's not, because it's not a Chrysler. But it does have plenty of power. Plenty of get up and go. So we're just going to go ahead and do the little block like we did before, with the Yukon and the Intrepid. Oh, them brakes are touchy. I'm not used to that. Now, Gramps and I were both very skeptical with that 8-speed when we first went and looked at one of these. But so far, we both really love it. It's very smooth, gets really good gas mileage, and offers a lot of power. Still, I wish GM would offer the V8, the 5.3 liter V8 at least. I'm not saying they would have to offer the 6.2, but that'd be even better. This thing would really get up and go. Ah. Alright. Go ahead and just take you guys quick around the block before he notices this truck is gone. Alright. Like I said, this thing is very smooth riding, very quiet with that triple seal. It is very nice. I really do love it. Go ahead and cross 581 for you guys here. I was not a huge fan of the first generation of these trucks, but I really do love this generation. And GM, I really applaud you for bringing back the mid-size pickup. So now that we know that the Ranger's going to be coming back by 2019, I'm really hoping that Dodge will bring back the Dakota. And we'll have a really tight race going for this, and hopefully they can all step up their game and make this very interesting. But for now, I really do love this Canyon. I really love it. Now, I would expect it as a crew cab with the short box. That's just my personal preference. The color I love, I would keep the color. You guys can hear that V6 just sings with that 8-speed. It's just all around a nice, smooth riding, quiet pickup. It allows you to tow a trailer up to 7,000 pounds, which I forgot to mention, but it does allow you to tow a trailer up to 7,000 pounds, offer a very smooth ride, very refined. I really do love it. I'm hoping this will be one of many of the new vehicles we get to test drive and review for you guys. We'll go ahead and head back up here and we'll wrap the video up for you guys. This thing is just so quiet. It's just awesome. Oh, and I also forgot to mention with the SLE convenience package, which gave us the heated seats, it also gave us, it does have that sliding rear window. Unfortunately, it's not powered, so it's a bit of a pain in the butt to open. just go ahead and head back up the road. Well, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Please like, subscribe, comment if you choose, and stay classy. Much love. Thanks, guys.